Hi guys, it's Carissa. Today is cycle day 6 and this is my first Femara cycle. I started on cycle day 3 and my side effects have been nothing. I did have kind of a busy weekend and I wondered if that had distracted at all from side effects that I may have been experiencing, but when it came down to it, when I was really trying to think of, did I feel tired? Did I feel moody? Did I feel bloated? I can't think of a single side effect that I experienced so far. So tomorrow will be my last dose, and then Wednesday I have an appointment. I'm feeling incredible compared to how I felt when I was taking Clomid. Now, I know that there's a chance I may have to, just based on where I stand Wednesday, I may have to extend my dosage for 5 more days. And I'm probably more likely to experience symptoms then, just taking it over a little bit of a longer period of time. But if I haven't had any in the first 5 days, and then it takes a few days for me to notice anything else, I'm totally okay with that, because on Clomid it was a matter of hours before I started feeling just unbearable effects. I figured what I would do, since I don't have much more to update right now, is just show you all my stuff here. So starting with the morning when I wake up, I have been basal temping. This is the brand of thermometer I bought. I had never done this before. This is one of the things that I kind of blew off and really didn't care to try. So I got this Next Care brand, and it gags me so badly. I don't know what it is, but there's something about first thing in the morning sticking this tiny little metal thing under my tongue, and it doesn't matter how delicate I am about it. I have missed readings. I've just been doing it to try and get in the habit, and I've only had 2 readings since I got this, and I've had it for over 2 weeks because I just can't take it anymore and I have to take it out. Even just talking about it kind of brings back that sensation. Apparently I'm really sensitive to it. I think if it was wide and flat, maybe it would be different, but there's something about it, and I don't even poke it right into my tongue. I don't know. It's just a thing. I can't, and it's not like I can say, oh, don't worry, just do it later, because you have to do it when you first wake up. So that's something that I'm still struggling with. That may or may not be happening. I have been tracking everything on Fertility Friend. I have that set up on my phone, and it is nice to be able to track the information that I do have, because I easily forget it. I know that there are women who could tell you the dates and times of appointments and everything they've done. I truthfully, this is shameful, I don't even remember if I did 4 or 5 Clomid cycles. I just don't remember. So I have a terrible memory when it comes to this, and part of it, I think, for the longest time was just that I was so sensitive to having to even go through it that I didn't even want to know about the information. I just would easily forget. But I know that there are many of you out there who can remember a lot of the details of everything you did. We'll be using this again. We've been using this for over a year now. This is the pre-seed fertility friendly lubricant. This is a new box, so you don't have to see our nasty old tube of it that we have. I didn't learn about this until well into our kind of process. We had been a few cycles in before I found out that this was something that would be helpful, and I've been pleased with it. So that is our next tube of that. These I mentioned in my What's in My Bag video, and I'm fully aware that this is just a mishmash of just things I like, things I'm doing, and you may not be interested in all of it. So, if you see a video like that, you can just skip over it, and I'm sure this video isn't relevant to some people. But I did mention that I'm using these, and I had ripped the lid off. But these are, I don't know, I think they used to be called the Instead cup, and now they're called Soft cup. I don't remember. I can't keep track. I know my mom used to use these when I was in high school, she first brought these home, and I tried them, and I liked them back then for my period. Now, because I'm so much heavier, and I'm guessing that that's why, they just don't work for me. My period the flow is too heavy, or something doesn't work anymore for me to use that. So I'd put one in and I'd be good to go. And then, like, not even an hour later, if I sneezed, coughed, bent over, anything, it was like somebody spilled a cup of blood on the floor. I won't be... Sometimes stuff happens, you know, and actually that's not my worst period story. I don't know if I'll tell it. I might have to be coaxed into that one. Or maybe if enough of you share your worst period story, I will share mine. Anyway, I bought 2 boxes of these on drugstore.com. They, in case you're not familiar, they come in little packs like this. It's shaped kind of like a diaphragm. It's just a very like pliable, round disc. And I'll be using that after all of our like doctor instructed, very romantic intercourse and our insemination session, just to keep the sperm where it needs to be. And that, again, is something that is new for me this cycle. I had heard of it, and I kind of didn't think anything of it, but there's another embarrassing story. I actually bought a Diva cup or a Moon cup, whatever those are called, and I tried it once, couldn't get it out, could not remove it. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. There was a good 10 hours or so of me just trying to relax and then being like, all right, I'm going to try it again. I tried everything, crouching, in the showers, you know, seated position, laying down. My husband had to get it out of me with pliers, needle nose pliers. So I won't be using that again, and I'll be doing the Instead cup instead. I have all of my drugs. I've got some in the fridge there. What is that? Is that my Avidrel? And this is my progesterone. This is the first time I'll be using this. These are the vaginal suppositories, so that's going to be a new adventure for me as well. I'm not sure if I should put one of those in and an Instead cup or soft cup. If you have or haven't done it, I don't know if it's leaky and if maybe that's a good idea, but let me know if you've tried it. That's something that I'm thinking of doing. I haven't heard of anyone doing it. I'm probably going to look it up. I have 2 pill bottles I didn't grab that are in the bathroom. It's my Synthroid for my thyroid and my blood pressure medication. I take both of those first thing when I wake up. I have to set a timer for 35 minutes. I can't eat or drink anything other than water for 35 minutes or more once I've taken those. And then this is waiting for me. And this all is kind of new to me as well, because in the past, during my treatments, I sometimes took a prenatal. Sometimes I'd forget, sometimes I didn't feel like it. I can't even tell you how bad I was. This time I'm very regimented, and I'm talking all of my previous cycles. I was just such a brat, and I don't know if that was the Clomid. I mean, maybe it was. I remember when we went to our new specialist's office, and I'm sitting in this gorgeous place, and I'm sitting there by this fireplace on this furniture that's nicer than the furniture in my house, and I just have tears streaming down my face because I felt bad for us that we had to be there. I'd be like, yeah, I know I got to take a prenatal vitamin. I'm not gonna though. And I was like, who was that hurting other than me? This is what I do after the 35-minute mark, because I can't take the prenatal vitamin with the Synthroid. So the 35-minute mark, I take a prenatal vitamin, and just to lighten my load later in the day, I also take this cinnamon pill. Basically, this is for people with diabetes, but it's to help with insulin resistance. So therefore, because I have the PCOS, I take it, and these are literally, they smell so good. These are just capsules of cinnamon. So those are 35 minutes after I've taken the Synthroid and my blood pressure medication. My blood pressure medication I just take first thing in the morning, and that's what I kind of do, is like, because I have so many things here, I like to kind of double up when I'm taking some of them, just because there's so much going on. Then before bed, I will have, and that's why this, I don't know if you saw this, I have this little like sauce dish. I will put all of the pills in this because there's so many of them. I will take the Wild Alaskan Salmon Oil. I take that. This is, oh, my husband threw a bottle of ibuprofen in there. So if you saw that, this is not part of it. He just, I think he saw a basket full of pills and was like, this is where we're putting them now. I don't know. So this is magnesium. I was taking this anyway just because I was feeling very sluggish. My doctor has me on vitamin D because I was deficient last year, and this is just a maintenance, like in addition to a multivitamin, which I replaced the multivitamin with a prenatal. I'm not taking one of each. My fertility specialist wants me to take CoQ10, and she wants me to take 200 milligrams a day. So I take 2 of these 100 milligram pills every night. And this is evening primrose oil. This is 500 milligrams, and I take that at night as well. That is to aid with cervical mucus and vaginal dryness, to prevent, you know, the immobility of sperm, and to aid in conception, you know, just to get everything where it needs to go. So that's what I do at night. And in addition to that, I also take 4 extended release metformin tablets. That prescription is on my work desk because I'm usually working, or at least sitting there and watching TV on my laptop while my husband's playing video games, because I'm not going to watch that. So, you know, I'm usually watching some kind of show or movie, painting, getting some work done, whatever. And I usually sit there before bed. And so I'll take those along with all of the stuff that is in this basket. In my opinion, the biggest thing and the most difficult thing in the past is a positive attitude. I can't tell you how much better I'm feeling this time around. And I think that part of it is because when we started, I just decided I wasn't going to be a victim of this anymore. And I never should have felt that way in the first place, because our options are so good. You know, no, our insurance doesn't cover any of this. And you know, no, it's not ideal that our new specialist is like 15 minutes away when the other one was 3 minutes away. But seriously, people have had to drive cross country to see specialists. So all of these little things that I chose to pout about and cause such a stink about before were not worth it. Things are very different this time, and I just feel so much better all around. Things are going very well, and I know that it's easy in this point in the game to have high hopes, but I think what I'm doing really is preparing myself for doing really well, no matter how many more cycles it takes. I want to thank all of the women who are joining me now and have been subscribing and giving me a chance, basically, because I think that my past videos have been so negative and have been so difficult to feel a will and a want to support. So I'm really grateful that you're here now, and I found most of you through In Vitro Experiment. She is such a sweetheart, and I love all of her updates. So thank you for helping me find and being a gateway to so many other great women, and thank you for being such a good supporter for me. That's pretty much everything. I'll update you guys as soon as I've got something more to give you, and thanks for watching. Bye.